Hello, this is Chang again. So I have about 10-15 minutes. As you see in my hot tub, I decided to give an update on my journey to the carnivore diet that started about 7 weeks ago. I was on and off with the how strict it has been. The most of the food I have ate was beef brisket. There is a restaurant that serves beautiful beef brisket that's slow cooked near the place I work, and it's wonderful. I just order a about 3/4 pound of the cooked brisket, and then have it for both lunch and dinner. It's sufficient for both. And breakfast, I eat. I have a slow cooker. I cook all kind of meat all together, and sometimes butter with eggs. So it's omelette, quick and easy. Over the weekend, I also ordered the Chinese barbecue. This roast duck and cold broiled chicken, sola, which is pork with some sugar. So I'm not as strict as it has been. I also eat some fruit, but low carb fruit. I noticed that if I eat dragon fruit, I would have diarrhea. So that's out. I accidentally ordered a box of cream melon. I thought it's just a couple of them, but ended up to be one box of it. So I ended up to eat most of it, spread out about 2-3 weeks. Anyway, so this has been the style I was having. I also went to restaurant to eat just the meat part and ignore the vegetable. So that was the diet for the past about 6 weeks. So here are the results. First, I start to notice that I was sized down on my pants, very notably. Then about 5 weeks into it, I did a scale, a weight. I noticed I dropped about 7 pounds. So that's obvious, from the size down, but I was still pleasantly surprised to see the number. In most of the weight I lost was actually belly weight, I feel, but some fat across the whole body, including my face. I do feel that my face looks slimmer now, less bloated, and so that was a very noticeable change. A second change I had was I have much more consistent energy throughout the day. I get up around 7 and then go to sleep around 12 or so. Sometimes it varies about 1 hour, whether it's get up time or sleep time. But that doesn't bother me. It seems to be the sleep is almost like not as addictive or important as before, as long as I get some essential sleep of 3-4 hours, very good quality sleep overnight. Then throughout the whole day, I'm very energetic, even without drinking any coffee. So that's a second very notable change. My wife did tell me that I still snore a bit, but not as heavy as before. So she's not as bothered as before. So that is related to sleep. I did feel that at the beginning of a couple weeks, I get up or wake up mid of the night more often. But since then, I watched some videos and decided to a YouTube video talk about this, right? I decided to basically eat more butter, more fat, and that seems to help the sleep quality. So one thing I concluded for this particular carnivore diet is the fat is as important as the protein. You have to have sufficient amount of fat uh, for your body to feel satiant, and as a result, don't hunger for the carbohydrate, things like potato chips or pizza. Those kind of traditional flour-based or even sugar based, or even fruit. So that's one thing that's important. Eat high quality fat, uh, quite a bit of the fat. I can very comfortably just get a butter bar and then start to eat it cold, and consume like maybe half an inch of it in order to cure whether it's hunger or just for me to feel there is a snack. So that's a second change: sleep quality being more efficient, and then during the day more energy. The third one is I started to have these sprint activities more often. So I walk to work, and then during the walk, I start to add some sprinting, just high speed, full exertion of energies, high max VO2, and run like 5-10 seconds and stop, and then run again. So that seems to be very natural and comfortable. It's just like my dog, who often have this burst of energy that he need to spend, and that basically remind me of my dog. So if I walk my dog now, I kind of run together with him to compete with the balls that I throw for him. That make him more fun for both him and for me. So that's the third change, which is the heart is definitely more capable of a burst of exercise, high capacity exercise. So that's the third one. The fourth one is I feel the skin becomes smoother. So that's still time to verify, but I definitely feel that it's more buttery. And the fifth one is my ear. I talked about how and why I started the carnivore diet. Is not for losing weight. I think my weight is fine. I'm basically in a fit and a normal range already. Losing the 7 pound make me definitely in the fit mode. 5'6" is my height. Now the weight is 144, about that. I do believe I will lose more, but I also want to add more muscle. So my ideal weight is probably 140, but with more muscle than fat. By the way, I do have a pretty fit, physical condition. I can hike a mountain, 2,000 feet with very good speed without panting much. I can go just continuous without looking back. Typically hike with my dog. So the reason I started the carnivore diet was more for curing some chronic inflammation in the body. That was the main goal. I have two notable inflammation. One is my left ear, which has a mid-ear infection for 15 years. No doctor can cure it. No drug can cure it. I tried all holistic, garlic oil, tea oil, all kinds of. What else I have tried? Swimming ear drops. Anything that I can think of. I ask all kind of doctor or people for the treatment, and it sometimes just more or less make it peaceful for a couple days, and then it fires back with more flare. So that was one thing that I feel carnivore is hitting the part, right? Because it's anti-inflammation diet. And so far, the mid-ear inflammation is becoming much better. So when I say better, I mean, I noticeably feel that I can put the earplug in and become more or less symmetric between the left and the right ear. So that's a good sign, right? But I still have some outside of the ear. The skin is a little broken, um, especially when I eat some carbohydrate. As I said, I'm not 100% carnivore or strict elimination diet yet. It's hard to be 100%. So that is still there, but it's becoming better. The second one is I did notice that if I eat a little dirty carnivore, meaning more or less some carbo mixed in, like yesterday was a turkey day, then I do have some cysts or acne like this grow up. But it's not as bad as before. Before this one would, potentially take a week or two before it disappear, and it will grow something like half centimeter wide. But now this is small, and I do feel a little bit sore here. But that's all. I do believe it will naturally just suppressed by by my body. So that's I think that's a fifth one. In terms of inflammation, I also have a chronic inflammation on my back, upper back, a little bit the lower back as well, but particularly the upper right back, and that has been around for 10 years as well. To the extent that if I do a road bike, for a long road bike like around the Lake Tahoe, 70 miles, 5 hours continuous riding, it becomes totally numb, and only the right one. And for that reason, I no longer do much road biking at all. And a mountain bike is better. Mountain bike, you have the body continuously just move around. So I only do mountain biking if I bike in the mountain now. So that whole back become loosen up. It's probably related to the fat loss, but I do feel that I no longer crave for a massage on the back. All I need to do is to just move around my shoulder and arm. I will hear the popping sound, in my back, and just do this, right? Move the neck and head. I can hear the popping sound. It's almost like to the stage where some simple, yoga pose or movement, like this rotating neck and rotating shoulder blade, will be as efficient as or as effective as a deep massage, which is quite amazing. I do feel this is a long-term chronic condition, so it will take time before it can cure fully, but I'm very hopeful this is moving to the right direction. In fact, often when I think about that part of my body, I feel that it's in a happy recovery mode. It's hard to describe, but it's maybe psychological as well, but I do feel that it's in a happy kind of circulation mode again. Inflammation prevent the proper circulation of blood, but now the inflammation, I definitely feel it's put down quite a bit. It's not fully recovered. Again, this is only less than 2 months into the full fledged carnivore diet. So that was another good sign. What else? Let me see. And another added bonus, obviously, is people call this carnivore diet as a carnivore lifestyle for a reason, and it's indeed a style because I spend so much less time eating, right, or even preparing for food when I prepare for food, because meat is almost, you can literally eat meat raw, like a steak raw with no problem, but chicken definitely not. But just preparing meat without adding garlic, ginger, onion, all those kind of spices. It's very, very simple. Slow cooker does it perfectly. Um, you know, roasted, barbecued, all make it very extremely easy, and steamed. I steamed a chicken for the family yesterday, and we pretty much finished all the chicken, just steaming for like 40 minutes. Add only salt. So eating becomes simple, preparing food becomes simple, and I no longer really carve for going to either a supermarket or a restaurant, no matter what the restaurant is. I will try the Brazilian barbecue restaurant. I heard that one is good for priming. It's almost like, a buffet mode. You can eat as much good meat as you want, and then fast for 1 day or two. Fasting seems to be important for carnivore diet, as I learned. The longest fasting I have done was, maybe 36 hours with no problem, right? By the way, you have to eat salt, at least when you start the carnivore diet. It's essential. Now I just put the salt. If I feel that I need some salt, I put the salt in the tongue and just drink water. As easy as that. But I also drink some Celsius, which is a carbohydrate. No, it's a carbonized drink with a lot of different kind of vitamin. So that was one day I felt kind of weak. That was probably 3 weeks ago. One day I feel low on energy, and I recalled that many of the YouTube video gurus were talking about you have to eat you have to make sure your electrolyte is sufficient. So when I went to the office, I immediately drink Celsius because it has all these different electrolyte in it, as well as vitamins, and that immediately make the body happy. So nowadays, I typically drink one of that drink a day in the morning, and coffee become less important. I only drink black coffee now, unless I have raw milk on the side. So that was good. Egg was good, easy to prepare. Sometimes boil, sometimes omelette, and sometimes sanding up with butter as a base. By the way, I bought a large jar of beef tallow yesterday from Amazon. It's called the Kobe beef tallow, and that's supposed to be good for cooking, replacing vegetable oil in all kind of cooking, like pan-seared, pork. But I heard it can also be used as a lotion, so it doesn't have any smell, or it's a pure, beef fat. Unlike butter, which is not pure beef fat, because butter has some dairy component in it, so it smell and it tastes like dairy. That's just by the way. And my stomach is what's it called? The belly is totally flat. It still have a little fat around it, around the waist, but I'm sure it will be gone. My waist is going back to my college year. Now it's around 29. In college, the lowest I have seen was 28. So yeah, I feel more energetic, and altogether, I feel this is working. By the way, my wife go to a holistic acupuncturist quite often. He practice Japanese acupuncture. He's white and learned the acupuncture style in the States, and he has all kind of information. My wife told him, whose name is Michael, and that I started this carnivore diet, and he said, "Oh, it's good. There's no long-term verification yet." I kind of agree, but I have seen some YouTube characters who had, someone in Canada, right? They have practiced not strict carnivore, but dairy plus carnivore and poultry for 60 years. And she's what's her name? She's 82 years old now. She looks young and still working the farm. There was another lady on YouTube who has practiced this for 50 years, and she looks really healthy. So there has been some anecdotal case that says this actually works long term for the human body as well. But so far, I'm cautiously very positive on this diet. Definitely going to continue. The lifestyle change is so much, inspiring as well as a body change. Because I, no longer want to go to the supermarket unless there is a good meat section in it. And, in a city, you no longer need to go to a supermarket anyway, right? You can order online. I tried this app called Weee, Weee, when I'm in Houston. It's free delivery with a tip to the driver. But I just found there's no desire other than just go to Central Market to get some beef, pork, fish, and I order some meat from the Weee app as well. It's a lifestyle change in that sense. You focus more on things that really interest you, like I walk in a weekend and walk to work, commute by foot. As well as work, right? Just read papers, read the news, read code, write code, etc. That's I feel that's the right, with a good focus as well than before. Oh, there seems to be some changes in the mental clarity. They call it the brain functioning or brain focus, or less of brain cloudness. I think I have noticed that my memory, I feel, become not only better, but also I like to challenge myself to try to recall some details that I didn't worry about. So the curiosity also seems to improve in a good way. Definitely feel more positive and upcoming in random conversations, whether it's with strangers or with people I know. So very good changes. So that's about it. Quick update. I'm going to do more update when I feel there is sufficient information to share, whether it's positive or negative. You can count me on being trying to be objective here instead of subjective, but all opinions are subjective, so use it with caution. If you want to try the diet, be ready to change it, right? But maybe consult with some doctors who understand this. But more or less, I feel this is very safe. Just be aware that there will be some diarrhea at the beginning. They call it oxalate dump. I had that. And also, the reason you no longer crave for carbohydrate was also due to that can cause stomach unease. So, you almost can predict that, right? So you become less interested in carbohydrate, as well as if you eat enough protein and fat. Fat is very important again, and add some salt. Then you really no longer feel that the hunger or you feel the need to eat anything for between the meal. So yeah, that's about it. And good sharing, and this is for my own kind of diary as well. So use it with caution if you decide to use it as a reference to get into carnivore diet or carnivore lifestyle. That's about it. Happy Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday and holiday season.